Hey, what's going on, guys? DJ has here, bringing you guys a gameplay of Battlefield 3. Kind of rare. I don't play this much. I decided to pop it in the other day. I sent out a tweet asking people if they wanted to play some Battlefield with me. I only got one response, though, but it was a late night on a school night, so most of you guys probably weren't around. But I ended up getting my very first game that I played with a dude. I ended up getting a gameplay, and I didn't know what this thing was. I was actually new to this map and everything, so it was kind of interesting. But shout out to the subscriber that joined in. I believe his name was like Dirty Hot Dog Water or something like that. He's actually on the other team in this gameplay. But this is going to be a long commentary about my thoughts on stealing and stuff like that. And I'll share personal experiences with you guys. It's going to be a longer commentary, and I figured this gameplay would be fitting because it's a long gameplay. It's like I don't even know what the hell I'm doing. It's like 17 minutes long. So if you guys want to sit through the whole thing, appreciate it. If you don't, no hard feelings. Get outside, enjoy the rest of the weekend weather. Hopefully it's nice wherever you guys are. But let's just jump into this. So the reason why I brought this up is I was talking to my wife randomly at lunch, and she's studying right now. She's doing the whole nursing school thing. So she's really busy. I'm busy. I DJ'd a wedding last night. I had a couple hours. I have a couple hours right now that I'm doing the commentary, and then I have to get ready for another wedding. But we were eating lunch and we had a casual conversation about a TV show that she saw, and there was a parent, and I guess the child got caught stealing, and so the parent put made the kid wear a sign out in the parking lot that said like I'm a thief and a liar and stuff like that, and she made this kid sit outside with this sign for an unannounced amount of time, I guess. That was the gist of the story, anyway. So it got me thinking, though. I was like, well, at first I was like, yeah, totally, I would do that. The kid deserves it. The kid's, and that's what the kid gets for cheating and or for stealing and stuff. That they shouldn't be stealing. But then I got to thinking about it a little bit more, and I was like, well, and here's my shooting my own teammate. I got to thinking about it a little bit more. I'm like, well, I got caught stealing when I was a kid, and I wanted to talk to you guys about that because it's kind of it's very embarrassing for myself that I ended up doing it. But I don't even know what grade I was in. I was in grade school, and it was just one of those stupid things that you do. I came from a family that wasn't overly wealthy. We were a lower middle class, I would say, middle class at the very least. But my parents had 4 kids. They're raising on a fairly strict budget. And so, they did the best they could, but that didn't leave room for extra little fun things that you might want. And baseball cards is one of the things, and I mean, stupid things like candy. Like, when I was a kid, I wanted candy, right? Like, but my parents would, like, hardly ever buy any of that stuff. So, I don't know. At some point, I think I felt like I was entitled to it because everybody else had things and were able to have things that their parents could just buy them on a regular Saturday or whatever it is. My parents didn't necessarily do that, so I was like, and I think this is right here. The guy kills me right from behind it. That's the guy. Dirty Hot Dog Water was the sub that joined in. So shout out to that guy for joining in on on some Battlefield. If you guys don't know, follow me on Twitter, and I send out messages when I do lobbies. It's a little bit rare now that summer's been so busy. But anyway, I felt like it was okay for me to go out and steal things because I didn't have any money, and I felt, and this is my stupid reasoning as a teenager, I felt like the prices in the stores were overpriced, and that they didn't need like they have loss prevention. So if like 1 or 2 of things get stolen here or there, like, it's not any skin off their back. But for me, it's like a big thing for me to be able to have because I couldn't afford it, and I didn't have any money for it. So like I would steal things like, again, candy and baseball cards, and I mean just weird things like that you don't need to be stealing when you're a kid. And one time, and I mean I was pretty shifty when I was a kid. I mean, it's weird how much you grow and develop as you grow up and grow into your own person. So I guess what I'm trying to let you know is, like, don't let a thing like stealing or something that you're not proud of doing or have done to affect you for the rest of your life, because really, like, I took that as a growing experience, and what ended up happening was I got caught. So I had a special jacket. I mean, this is how shifty I was. I had a special jacket that I would have when I would go and I would shoplift, and I had a hole cut in the pocket, and with that hole in the pocket, I was able to shove baseball cards around the back of my jacket, like all the way around the back, because the hole was there. And then I figured, well, if they were trying to search my pocket, they wouldn't be able to find anything because everything would have been shoved back behind the hole. I mean, it's stupid stuff, right? I mean, like, I don't know what I was thinking, and that's the thing. I mean, I was a dumb kid, and kids do dumb things when they're young. Anyway, I was not. It was just so dumb because looking back, I mean, the baseball cards were and the basketball cards and stuff were right next to the registers. Like it was the aisle, like is the quick last minute shop thing where people would buy those things before they would actually hit the registers. So I would walk up to them, grab a couple packs, and then walk away. And then I think I would come back and grab a couple more packs. I mean, that just plain stupid. And I did this. Maybe originally I didn't take so many. Like I would take a handful here and there, and then just walk around the store and then just pocket them whenever I felt like it was a good time. And then that's how I kind of got away with it, I guess, for a while. But the time I got caught, I think I got greedy and I thought I was kind of invincible because I've stolen like a handful of times before, and it was easy, and I was able to walk away with some cards or and in a magazine or whatever it was I wanted. But it was the downfall of me, and I ended up getting caught, and I was about to walk out of the store after I ended up shifting everything around in my jacket and had everything, and the guys grabbed me on the shoulder, and I was like, oh shit. Like I knew I got caught at that point, and I was like almost to the point of tears because I didn't know what was going to happen. And I don't I wish I knew what grade I was in, but I know it was in grade school. Anyway, I rode my bike to this place. Like it was a grocery store. I rode my bike there, and they ended up making me call my dad. My dad had to come down there and pick me up, and then they had me in like the back like locked up room or whatever, and they were just taking down all my information and how much money worth of stuff I stole. And I don't think they didn't end up calling. Maybe they did call the police. I don't remember. I did get a little mark on my record, but it was like a really small mark. I think when it came off when I was like 18 or 17. I'm not really even sure what it was because it didn't really affect me. They just told me you're not welcome back in the store, and it was a store that my parents frequently shopped at. And so I was like, oh man, this is so embarrassing. I can't come back to the grocery store. Now there's no way for them to really monitor me coming in and out of the store. I mean, if I got caught stealing again, then they would call the cops again, of course, and then they would know. But yeah, so it was an interesting situation. My dad had to pick me up, and then there was that. I still remember that car ride home because we had to somehow figure out how to fit my bike in his car, and then we figured out that, and then it was just a really silent car ride home, and it was one of those things where he didn't yell at me. He knew that I knew that I was ashamed and that I was wrong, and that was my lesson learned. I mean, really, I didn't need them yelling at me. It wouldn't have made the situation any better. And that's the type of parents that I had. Anytime that I did something really serious in life, like they wouldn't yell at me. They knew that I knew that what I did was wrong, and they could see the remorse on my face. So for that respect, I mean, I guess that's the reason why when I was talking about it, I was like, oh yeah, go ahead. And with the wife, I was like, yeah, I think that'd be great. I would totally videotape it and put it on YouTube of me humiliating my son or daughter for stealing and stuff. But I'm like, well, if I take even a look back, because I forgot about this time. I mean, this was a long time ago. After that incident, I wouldn't steal anymore. That was it. I mean, it was enough of a scare to me that was not the path and not the way to do things, that I knew that was it. Like, so I didn't steal anymore after that. But for those people that like didn't get the clue and then they still think it's okay to steal and then they steal again after that, I think that the first time if my kid got caught stealing, hopefully it would be a humbling experience like it was for myself. If it wasn't a humbling experience, then I would definitely I'd put my kid on blast in a heartbeat, man. If they needed that kind of a shock and that humiliation to really let it set in their heads that it wasn't okay, then so be it. But hopefully I won't have to have that type of a hellraiser of a kid to deal with. But I know that there's, if you guys are out there like are in situations or not even in situations where you need to steal, but you just steal for fun or whatever it may be, I mean, I guess just take a look at it. Like it's not a positive thing to be stealing. I mean, it's really taking things that aren't yours, and you have no rights to it, and you can't justify having rights to something that's not yours. And I tried to justify it when I was a kid. It didn't work. But anyway, I just wanted to do this commentary to just talk about stealing and stuff, and what are you guys' viewpoints on stealing and stuff. I mean, obviously, stealing is morally wrong, but that doesn't mean people don't do it. This is an interesting spot in the game. Switching to the gameplay a little bit, I am using the F2000, and I ended up unlocking this. I think I paid for a pack to unlock it because I was so sick of the other guns, and this gun was pretty solid. A nice little revive here. This little spot that I think the rest of the game I just end up going back to this spot, and I don't even know what I'm doing. I think I'm trying to throw the bag thing out, the medic kit, and I just keep going back to this spot because on the other side of the B flag the team is right there, and I don't know if they're spawning there or what, but it's just an easy pickup to get some kills. They keep shooting rockets and missiles and stuff in here, but luckily I survived that one. I think I ended up dying, yeah, right here, but anyway, yeah. So yeah, stealing isn't really the answer, you know. Like after that incident, you know, I put myself into situations where I was able to afford things and buy them, and then you really do appreciate things a lot more when you're able to buy them with your own hard-earned money, versus when you're just going in and taking it and thinking that you should own something that when you shouldn't be, you know. So working for something, I mean, it instills a bit of morals, I guess. I think by default after getting caught and then having that happen. So, and look at these guys, they're just lining up like crazy out here again. So bizarre to me. But this was I think I go 2-1, 24-12 or something in this game, which is not a great game by any means. And that was my first revive. I was so happy with myself because I didn't know what the hell I was doing, and I was like, yes, I just revived that dude, and then he died. Anyway, it was kind of sad. Yeah, anyway, I just wanted to try to leave some positive light on the situation. I mean, if you guys do steal, or if you think about stealing, like, I mean, really, it's just something that I mean, I'm not proud of doing. I still remember going to school the next day, and it was just the most embarrassing thing because I didn't know. I was like, what if somebody was at the store and they saw me? Because it was a local store next to the school I went to. I'm like, what if somebody's parents saw me and I got caught stealing it or something like that, and that would have been a horrible experience. So I I don't know, like it was just one of those things, and I just remember being so full of shame the next day at school. So if my parents would have put me on blast and made me stand up in front of the class and tell everybody I stole something, you know, I would have ran away or something. Like I was so embarrassed. I didn't want anybody to know that that's what I was doing because it was like, I don't think anybody else could relate. I went to a private school my whole entire life, grade school and high school. So most of those kids, if they wanted something, their parents gave it to them. My parents didn't have that luxury. You know, they thought that they send us to a private school with even if they couldn't even afford it, if they could give us the best education that they could, then that they felt like that was doing the right thing, even if they couldn't give me the day-to-day things that kids want. Which in hindsight, it's a joke. Like there's so many things that you want as a kid that you're not entitled to. That it's just priorities in life, and as a kid you don't have them because you think that everything should be yours. But anyway, I think that's about it for this part of the subject. I don't want to beat a dead horse, but yeah, the other thing, I guess was something along the conversation that I had with my wife. Man, it's like as a kid, and again, I would ride my bike to the grocery stores or whatever, and I just remember having that dream or that hope that I would like, and this is so stupid, but I would hope that I would like drive around and literally find a bag of money in a ditch. And I remember actively looking for a bag of money every time I would go to the grocery store to go steal stuff, because I was like, this would be great if I could find money. Then I'd have money and I wouldn't have to go steal stuff. But I just remember just searching around and seeing if there was a bag, and if there was a bag of money somebody like stole and threw off the side of the road that I was able to find or something. I mean, it just the things that you think of when you're a kid. Anyway, I think it really did help develop me as an individual and help me set my priorities straight. And I think it's important that you earn things through your life. And if you're 16 and your parents don't buy you a car, you're not entitled to a car. Like I had to pay for my first car. I had to pay for my insurance as soon as I turned 16. I had to pay for my first cell phone. I mean, I've paid my way for everything along the years. and you find an appreciation for it more so than you would if everything was handed to you. I think is the final message there. So definitely, I mean, consider working. I saw some of my subscribers in my other channel were talking about how they mow lawns for money, and they're able to save some money to buy sneakers because that's one of the hobbies that they have as well as myself. That's how they can afford it because they can mow some lawns and stuff like that. And I think that's an entrepreneur's type thing to do. It might be embarrassing to those people that are just their parents just buy them sneakers and the kids has to go mow lawns and stuff. It's kind of degrading a little bit comparison to the people that just get it for free, but you appreciate this stuff a lot more later in life. And I think that's one of the key things, the takeaways. Anyway, this is a long commentary here, and I gotta get going after this. I have to go DJ another wedding, which is crazy. I've been DJing weddings nonstop all summer. I think I've had 26 weddings this summer, which is great extra income. I'm able to use it for. There's another RPG to my face. I'm able to use it for whatever else, little extracurricular things that I want, like buying my sneakers and stuff that I like. So, but yeah, if you guys can relate or not, I mean, it's kind of one of those touchy subjects, and you probably don't want to leave comments saying, "Oh yeah, I got caught stealing too." But I figured I'd share a little something personal with you guys. I haven't done that in a while, and I've heard a couple comments about Road to DJ. Road to DJ will be coming. I'll try to work on it next week to get the first episode out. I just need to figure out the gameplays for it. I don't know. I'm thinking zombies. But have a good weekend, guys. Stay up, and we will catch you guys later. And I was so proud of myself this game because I went positive and I unlocked a bunch of crap from my F2000. Haven't played much Battlefield since. I mean, I just played this last week for a couple games, and then I called it a night because the games are like 35 minutes long. It's just ridiculous. But definitely had a lot of fun. Looking forward to playing this with more subscribers. Makes it a little bit more fun. And the guy the Dirty Hot Dog Water dude taught me a lot of things. 3-round burst versus single fire and stuff. I didn't realize that you can change that type of stuff. But anyway, have a good one, guys, and we'll catch you guys later. Bye.